If you were to go back to when you were in either high school or college and you're having a conversation with 20-year-old you, what is the best piece of advice that you would tell your younger self?
Don't sweat the small things. Focus on the long game, the eternal things that really matter.
I love that. And what has been the importance of, kind of not worrying about, the small things and kind of focusing on the bigger picture for you?
I think especially when you're younger, you tend to focus on what your friends think, things you think matter. I think as you get older and you gain knowledge, you realize some of those things just aren't worth sweating,
Absolutely.
aren't worth worrying about. And I think if you take a little bit different perspective, then those things don't cause the turbulence in your life day to day.
Right. And what industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Commercial real estate.
What would be your advice to someone who's pursuing real estate in 2023?
Typically, you really want to partner with a good company, a good group that'll help you grow, help you learn. It's a hard business to get into.
Okay.
It usually takes finding a mentor, getting the best job you can,
Right.
and then learning as much as you can.
Are you an agent or a brokerage owner, or I guess what kind of
Company owner,
company
broker,
owner?
yeah.
Wow. What have you implemented that really sets you apart from your competition? What is the thing that you've emphasized throughout your brokerage or to instill in your agents that you'd say that really separates you and that people should kind of like look to do?
It's really knowledge. I mean, at the end of the day, we're information providers. So knowing your markets and knowing about our business, both on leasing side, on tenant rep side. So it's that knowledge that really, I think, sets us apart.
Absolutely, yeah. And I guess what would be your advice to someone, investing in real estate? Like, how do you know when it's a good time to buy? Like, what do you really look for? Like, what factors in the market kind of tell you, like, hey, now's a good time to buy property?
That's a tough question. And to me, it's investing in things I know. It's spending time researching and understanding so that you know a little bit about what you're doing or find someone who does. There are times when you look at certain parts of the industry you think are not a good time to invest, but the right investment is good in good times and bad times.
Right.
So I think it's kind of understanding, get an expert.
What's the biggest challenge that you've faced as a business owner, and how have you been able to overcome that?
Finding good people, it's been a challenge. It takes a while to train people in this business, and so you got to spend about 2 years getting to know them. It's finding that right fit. And what we've done lately is we've had someone come in and take personality tests for all of our people, so we see how everyone works together, what our strengths and weaknesses are. Kind of helps us understand each other, and then kind of helps us find someone who fills a gap that we currently have in our company.
I love that. And just 2 or 3 last questions for you. But, as someone who is an entrepreneur, and maybe not just for real estate, but what would be your advice to someone who is starting a business in 2023? What have you implemented that's allowed you to scale, whether that's bringing people in, capital, revenue, anything? Like, what would be your advice to someone starting a business?
Again, do your research. It's an interesting time to start a business because capital's a little hard to come by. Interest rates going up, so there's a lot of headwinds.
Right.
So it's knowledge, expertise, talk to those people who are in that business, find out what's helped them succeed, not succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's all about gathering information so
Yeah.
that you can make the best decisions.
I love that. And I guess two last ones, but for younger people today especially, whether it's a skill set or a mindset, an attribute to possess when going out into the real world, how can someone start their path to becoming wealthy starting in 2023? How can someone become financially free in today's world?
I think it goes back to research and people. I mean, it's hard to sift through all the data unless you have someone to help you understand and explain it. So it's educated decisions. It's minimizing risk. You always want to minimize the risk in decisions you're making.
But you say that risk is important, though, I guess.
I think you have to be a risk taker.
Okay.
But you do it with good knowledge. You don't do it without knowledge.
And my last question for you would be, if there's any 3 components that have led to your success, and 3 truths that you have that you would tell someone else that has made you successful and that really you think that could make someone a successful person, what would those 3 truths be that have made you successful?
Willing to do whatever it takes to get a job done. I think in today's world it seems to be a little more sense of entitlement that I think I can do what you're doing. I should be at the top, but it's just willingness to do whatever I did to get there. Willingness to learn, and just be just dedicated to getting it done, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll end with this one, but what has been the best financial decision that you've made throughout your career?
Finding what I'm passionate about, because work isn't work, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, there are a lot of decisions along the way that led to a good financial gain, but I think it's a bit of your financial success can come out of your enjoyment of what you're doing.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.